Chicago's forgotten lake Trestle, the bridge that built Grant Park. In the middle of the 19th century, Chicago was still figuring out where land ended and water began. Lake Michigan lapped at Michigan Avenue, storms tore at the shore, and yet the city's biggest dreamers wanted to push further. What followed was one of the boldest engineering moves in American history: a railroad built over open water. This is the story of the Trestle Bridge that changed Chicago forever, and then disappeared beneath it. In 1851, the Illinois Central Railroad faced a dilemma. Land was too valuable to build through downtown. Their solution: go over the lake itself. In exchange for permission, the railroad promised to protect Chicago's eroding shoreline with a breakwater. By 1852, a long wooden trestle carried trains across Lake Michigan, floating above the waves. It was both an engineering marvel and a legal minefield waiting to happen. Chicago was becoming the railroad capital of the United States. Grain, lumber, and livestock all converged here. The trestle gave the Illinois Central a direct link into downtown, controlling the arteries of trade. It wasn't just tracks, it was power, wealth, and control over who could reach the city's heart. But not everyone celebrated. The trestle blocked ships and created a stagnant lagoon behind it. Merchants called it sabotage, claiming the railroad was strangling Chicago's harbor. Reports from the Army Corps of Engineers called the basin too shallow for vessels of size, a polite way of saying useless. A city built by the lake was now being cut off from it. In 1865, the trestle became a national stage. Abraham Lincoln's funeral train crossed it as mourners filled the shoreline. Later, the Great Chicago Fire turned the lagoon into a landfill. Rubble, bricks, and ash were dumped into the shallow waters, forming the first solid land east of Michigan Avenue. Out of destruction rose new ground, and the foundation for what would become Grant Park. When the Illinois Central tried to claim ownership of the filled land, the state fought back. In 1893, the U.S. Supreme Court ruled that submerged lands belong to the public, not private corporations. That decision, the public trust doctrine, still defines how America protects its waterways today. Thanks to reformers like Montgomery Ward and Daniel Burnham, the shoreline was preserved for the people. The trestle was buried under parkland, and by the 1920s, trains ran underground. Today, where waves once splashed against wooden beams, children play and gardens bloom. The forgotten Lake Trestle built the stage for Chicago's most iconic public space. History isn't buried, it's built upon. Subscribe for more stories from the past that shaped the present.